What's going on? What's going on? Brutus here, bringing you the last war recap video from OneHive Prime versus Medan Warrior 4. If that's not how you say Medan, if it's Medan or I'm trying. All right, I'm trying. Anyway, 88 to 85. This was a really good war that came down to the last attacks in the end. But Utfan, it was odd. Utfan came in, clearing out some things, but it really was a great job by the Nines. This was an odd matchup, random matchup that didn't have any. There wasn't any full tens on the other side. There was more of like a 9.9, if you will. It was a Town Hall 10 with one Inferno. So unfortunately for this recap, I don't have any 10 on 10 3-stars, but I do have a lot of nice 9s. So let's go ahead and show what they did on the left-hand side. Clearing our Town Hall 11s up top, and all our Town Hall 10s except for one. Like I said, odd war. But look, they left 1, 2, 3, 4 Town Hall 9s on the board and 1 Town Hall 10. And then on OneHive side, all the 9s were cleared. All the 10-ish, I'll say ish, were cleared because it really wasn't full 10s. And then we have a 54% and an 83% for Town Hall 11s. So really, the heart of the story is Town Hall 9s did work as they usually do with the straight up primates. So let's go ahead and get right into it. For the recaps, I wanted to show a few different different things here. There were, I think, four beer runs on the primate side, but there was one I'll do in a different video. And let's just get down to 27 because there's a lot of great ones, really hard to pick from. But we have Jake the Lake, fresh hitting. Is that right? Yep, fresh hitting, doing a double jump. I believe it's Shattered Hobo. But why I like this is there's no heal. He brings 25 hogs, not a damn single heal. And I thought about to myself, I'm like, well, that's different. And if you think about it conceptually, you have so many. Think about it like it reminded me of Town Hall 8 Swarmhagen, where you really don't need a heal because you have so many freaking hogs. You have enough left over for cleanup. So that's what it reminded me of. He has the rage for his kill squad to maximize the value that they bring, and the bowlers, and you'll see that in action here. So he starts down with your traditional standard shattered approach down here with the wizard on the right hand side that got that funnel. Here goes his CC bowlers. A very late king, making sure that was excellent. Did you see how that BK basically is walking in line with those bowlers? That's what you want to see. Rage down right away with the 2, gonna erase everything, and the air trips one of the 2 giant bombs, and then he already knows that he's safe on the right side. Wastes no time and sends his hogs from the flanking position because he really doesn't want. He wants to keep his army together, and this is actually what he was trying to avoid. Is right here, and then on the left hand side, just sprinkling in a little bit hogs because they already tripped over a 3rd giant bomb, so he knows there's no double giant bombs anymore and there's only a single bomb left, letting the hogs die as they basically just do their job to eliminate flanking defenses of the remaining kill squad, with his queen using the ability at the very last minute, end of the raid, right towards the end on the 2nd jump, free access to the queen, and all the hogs end on her. That's just a different hog approach, and I like the idea that if you're going to do a double jump rather than 2, if you're bringing so many hogs, why not use those spell? We go to ×2 here because I forgot I got so many raids to show you. Why not use those spells space instead of on your hogs if you're bringing so many on your initial kill squad, and you'll get more bang for your buck that way. So I thought it was very clever. Really enjoyed that, Jake the Lake. Let's move up and onward to 22. We have Stella, Baloe De Beer. If I'm saying that, Baloe De Beer. Well, yeah, he'll correct me if I'm wrong. I hope. I'm sure. For this one, is also a fresh hit. And if I pause this, so anybody that does a Shattered Lalo can tell you that you don't. It's very limited with your army composition. So he has 3 wizards, but he's using Instead of like 12 or 13, 14 loons and 5 wizards, like that's what you usually see, he has 2 dragons to help with the funnel and 3 wizards, and that's it. And then 11 loons, which is not a lot. He has this is a shattered Golaloon. There's no CC bowlers. So look what he's gonna get from this. Is this the shattered Lalo? No, this isn't the shattered. This is, oh, sorry, this is not a shattered Lalo. He has bowlers in the CC. Sorry about that, but still, tight on space, brings wall breakers too. I know I'm always like careful about on a shattered Lalo variant archetype, combo type. I'm very careful about what I decide to bring because you simply don't have a lot of wiggle room for troop space on it. But he gets really easily these 2 air defenses. And he's aiming for this jump with this jump placement. It just missed. Did it get that tile? I can't quite tell. I think it got the tile is enough for that, basically to get to the queen. And he's going to leave this 1 air defense to his 2 loons at the end. But when he gets here, there it is. It is. That jump right here is just 1 tile too short. This is not according to plan. So what I liked about this is he has 10 loons left. He waits. Just waits. He has 2 unbroken golems and a main attacking part of his kill squad. Those bowlers there. BK is already down, and he still has an ability, but he just waits. He's patient. He lets them erase the lava walls. They're going to eventually push through here, and I was just really impressed with the patience that he had here, because if he didn't do this, if he started to go ahead and said, alright, forget it, I'm just going to try to YOLO this bad boy and get it done, I don't think he would have got it done, because this queen here would have sniped everything in sight. So he waits, lets the golem get up front, gets aggroed onto the archer queen here. So smart. Bowlers are untouched. Queen ability still in hand. They're going to turn inward and just erase the queen, because he still has 2 unbroken golems there, with 1 finally breaking, but he still has another one. Now he knows he's safe to send this Lalo portion of his raid. Sends him in. No doubt that he's going to get everything he needs to here, as this splash damage of this mortar ain't going to do crap to the queen. With the haste in the bag here to hurry them up, to get to that, the only threat really posed towards them, which is the air defense, because he's just, yeah, nice. That's just nice. Really well executed, and specifically recovery attempt execution, because that could have been a failed raid, but on a fresh hit, he ended up pulling it down. So I really, really like that. We go to ×2, nothing but cleanup. I think he has an unbroken hound. It doesn't matter. Just a really great raid. Really good patience on that. We get out of this one. We're going to keep going up to number 19. And we have Boko 96. Or Bokel. Bokel. So my name is not Russell, it's Russell. Anyway, so this is what I like. This is your old school shattered Golaloon. Watch the approach that he does on this, okay? He has 3 wizards for his funnel. That's insane. I would be super nervous doing this. So there's 2 of his 3 wizards. Leaves them by themselves. Almost loses one here at the top, if you notice that. In fact, he does, but not before he gets that that mortar. And then he opens up the wall. Look at just the surgical placement. And that's just well scouting. The surgical placement of just a single troop, and the return on investment he gets for it. This 1 wizard is going to get 4 trash buildings. Get the fuck out of here. Then from here, then his royals gets in. They're going to get these 2 archer air defenses. The jump's going to get him to the queen and get the the X-bow, I believe, and the sweeper. So when you see what he gets for this, I mean, I was like, that is what a Golaloon is supposed to look like. That was just, it's nice. I'm a fan of Golaloon. I grew up with Cold-Blooded. I didn't have heavy enough heroes to do Shattered at that time, way back in the day, but I was just really impressed with this. So it was an angle that I probably would not have seen, which is another reason why I liked it. So right here, he has to use the queen ability to make sure he gets that aimed for second defense. And then I want to pause it and show you, for anybody learning Golaloon, look what he's left over now. He can come, the sweeper's pointing this way, so he can come from this direction, or he can come from any direction, but he has half the base that is all, we push play here, half the base that is all covering the air defenses. So he's going to come from behind, and that's the way you should be, but the sweeper goes down anyway. Comes from behind the sweeper, and seeing how this this wizard, everything's covering right here, he didn't even have to drag it across. I mean, rage, and that was exactly where that rage needed to be, because they're going to have a lingering effect as they get through this Tesla, which is going to these loons going over the high hit point X-bow to quickly take it down. The only thing I would say, I'm sorry, I'm going to nitpick, but that hound should have been first. The highest hit points, max hound, should be the first one down. But anyway, I mean, here I am judging a gangster raid like this. So I really liked it. Coming up to the end up here, it's going to pop because it has just a sliver of health left, and there's a point defense up there of that archer tower, and it's going to be timed just right so that as it pops, he doesn't lose too many of the cleanup lava pups, and it's over, and he's going to swag out, looks like 9 troop space as we goes to ×2. So that's excellent. I mean, nice, really nice. We'll go to ×4 here because I still have 2 more to show. Great job, Bocal. Really like that. For the second to the last one here, we're going up to 9. We have Lukitu hitting up quite a ways. 18 on 9. And this is also a fresh hit. He's going to do a double jump stone hobo. One of my favorite attacks. Uses the I call them hit markers for these golems here with the mortars, which is really, it doesn't really make sense to me, because once those things are down, it's the cannon's gonna lock onto them, so it doesn't really, the cannon's not gonna snipe off any of the wizards as soon as those mortars go down, which is what that illustration was. And it's just yeah, anyway, so he comes on in, shallow jump, because he doesn't want his bowlers to go in here, so he keeps it unconnected. He doesn't want the bowlers to go in there either, because once they get into this compartment, queen can shoot over to those things. So this is also a fresh hit. Once he sees that right here, push pause, a DGB is busted, just tripped over here. When he sees that, he sends confidently and heavy, not like a surgical, the hogs on the right here with the heal, because that is a huge stall out point. A lot of splash damage, a lot of high hit points, especially after the update to the X-bows and the wizard towers. At the max level at Town Hall 9, they're a lot more beefier. I think they're almost like an X-bow for hit points. So he uses the 2 heals that he had for them early, and it was smart because there was not a lot of threat to springs, given that the way the pathing of the hogs were, and there was a stall out point, and he kept just enough for the back end, and before you know it, they all converge upon each other there, which was it was sexy. I liked it a lot. I mean, he has all his bowlers up, for fuck's sake. And a queen ability that he keeps in the bag as we go to ×2. Really nice raid, really nice double jump stone. Actually, it wasn't even a stone hobo. It was a shattered hobo. The heck, I don't even know. Oh, it is stoned. I'm sorry. Double jump stone hobo. Really liked it. Coming out of here, and then for the last thing to close this out, I got to show something top, right? So we have our man Jia. Jia is what I always say to myself when I see that. Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 11, going for the deuce. So he's going to start his baby using an air attack for this, which is something you usually don't see. You don't see the baby. There's no baby here. He's got no double zap quake, dragon attack. So he's got a baby just to start the funnel. Doesn't work out the way he really had hoped it to. Drops the royals down here. He's really trying to create the funnel for his dragons. That's really what he's doing. Also get rid of this air defense, which is covering the town hall. So he knows he's going to get the 1. But a golem loon combo comes out and wrecks his day. Like straight up stops him. Goodbye BK. Have to use the ability. Not enough, because the explosion from the golem, as well as the damage coming down from the loon and the point defenses on the queen, it's done. So right here, super tight butthole moment. It's like, oh my god, I'm done. But Gia goes ahead on it and is like, nah, I got this. So he puts down his dragon, sticking to the plan. The pathing wasn't quite what he was looking for, but we have the bow set the ground all the way around. And really, that's the threat to his dragons here. So he started his dragons on in. He's got a rage for them at the beginning. So he's got the one. And what is this? What is this? What are we freezing here? Like, the dragons are not even close, Jia. What are you doing? I saw this and I was like, I said to myself, womp 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 womp. So now, if anything, he should have froze the eagle. But I mean, I'm making fun of him. He's the one that got the deuce. Who am I to judge, right? It's comical. He got the deuce, but I mean, we've all been there, right? Obviously, it's a fat finger misclick. I'm just giving him a hard time. But if you actually think about it, if he didn't fat finger this freeze, and he freezed maybe the eagle that's doing work really on his wad of loons that come together, a wad of hounds that come together, this would have been in the mid 60s, higher 60s, which is very, very respectable. But instead, he gets a much deuce, and 10s on 11. That stuff is needed, you know. So great job, everybody at OneHive Prime. This was a close war, and it was an excellent war. So we'll go ahead and leave it on the front screen and remind you, again, this is Brutus, reminding you, you got to be better than a double, and I'll check you next time.